I was recently scammed by a crypto influencer.
But it wasn't just you scam though, was it, buddy?
No, I got the boys in on it as well. We all lost a lot of money. Welcome back. This is Freedom Fridays.
Freedom Fridays is back again. Hopefully you enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah.
And we're back again this week for another. To talk about ecom, to talk about life, to talk about
Emotion.
emotion. No, that's
Emotion.
next week, Josh.
We're going deep.
We're not talking about emotion.
Sorry.
That's Josh's special show. It's called Feelings with Joshua.
A lot of tears I had in that one.
Oh, God.
We're excited to be back. Another Freedom Fridays. Just a quick intro. Hey, everybody. If it's your first time watching Freedom Fridays, welcome.
This is Josh. That's Austin. And I'm Will.
Hi, I'm Will.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm Austin. That's Josh. And that's Will. And you're Will.
I'm Will.
We're the three co-founders of Freedom Club, Australia's biggest and fastest growing. I think fastest growing. Can't say biggest just yet. Fastest growing e-commerce education community.
Who's bigger?
We're not naming names, but I think statistically they have more people in it. But we're the fastest growing. Our numbers are climbing quick.
Do we not have the most Trustpilot reviews?
Flex, Will. Flex.
No, we got the second most in Australia.
We are the
Second most in
biggest.
Australia.
Look.
We are the biggest. We are the biggest.
Most muscular ecom course.
Now we do look like douchebags.
Nice. Well, we're going to jump straight in. Random question of the day. You guys ready for it?
No, actually, but
You're not ready for it?
no, but that's the beauty of it, right?
Okay. Who in the group is most likely to get scammed by a fake crypto influencer?
Josh.
Well, I know the answer.
Josh.
His name is Josh.
I was recently scammed by a crypto influencer.
But it wasn't just you scam though, was it, buddy?
No, I got the boys in on it as well. We all lost a lot of money.
That's great.
I wouldn't say, would you say it was a scam?
Not a scam, but
Just crypto. No, it wasn't.
it's just crypto.
We swam in a dangerous pond and we maybe should have got out and towed ourselves off a little sooner, but we didn't.
And plus, I was just joking. It's not Josh's fault. Austin and I thought we were going to make heaps of money, so we're keen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things. I feel like if you don't understand it at all, it's dangerous.
I have a very embarrassing story though about a scam I'd like to share with you.
What?
So when I was about 18, maybe 18, 19, I was in a Bunnings car park and
You know this?
Speakers?
And these people pulled up next to me and they were in a white van. It was completely branded with all of this speaker company. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, they said, "Hey, bro," it was two Kiwi guys. They're like, "Bro, we're meant to be delivering these today, but you know we've ended up with one extra and we're trying to flick it for some cash." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Opportunist. I look in there. It's got the pricing all over it. It was like $4,500. And they're like, "Bro, we'll give it to you for $1,000. And I'm thinking, I'm going to hustle these guys. So I negotiated them down to about $900, $850, drove to an ATM, got them the money out, got the speakers, put them in my car, and then they took off really fast. And I was like, that's weird. Open it up. As soon as I Googled it, it's like, do not buy it. It's the white van scam from Bunnings. And it's just like the crappiest Chinese speakers ever. And they just print the box. And they say it's all from Germany. And they say it's like a $4,000 speaker system. And I got done.
So this is a recurring theme, Joshua. Not a one-time being scammed.
I've been scammed. Yes, I've been scammed a couple of times. But I'm usually pretty good. Have you ever been scammed?
Oh, now I have to think.
Well, they say this. I know a lot of people throw being scammed by courses, and I get that when there's literally no delivery. But there's some people that I've done courses from, and I've paid more money than I had at the time. Like, it was a struggle to sort of put it together. And then when I did it, I still learned something from it. Maybe I didn't get the result they promised. And I think in a lot of people's eyes, then that's 100% a scam. Wasted your money. But I knew I've already spent the money. I'm not going to get it back. I should try and get something out of this. So I guess, yeah, those weren't really scams. There were some that like dramatically under-delivered.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people say about e-commerce courses. It's like, but most people out there, they overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
And they always have these like very tricky, sneaky clauses to their refund policies. So I think there is a lot of people out there who do justify being called a scam.
Yeah.
That's what we really want to separate from. But
So on that then, and I thought of one time I've got scammed, but it's like there's two versions, right? So there's buying something and then not getting anything delivered to you. And then there's buying something and getting under-delivered. And I guess they both get called a scam.
Yeah.
But just saying, when you buy off us, we over-deliver, you know? And we even offer something for free to like build the trust and see what we're capable of. But just quickly. So I thought of the one scam. I bought tickets to a concert. It was off this site that scams everyone, but I wasn't aware. And what they do is they sell you the ticket and then they go to the concert first. So like then you can't use the ticket again. So they give you the online ticket. So I went to go in with a big group and I bought everyone the tickets. Yeah, I don't know whether to say it. Is that like...
Nah, maybe not.
Yeah, and then I went to get in. I was with a group of like 4 or 5 people and they're like, you've already been in the festival or concert. I was like, wow. Yeah.
They got you.
But then they let us in.
Oh, that's kind of them.
Yeah.
Kind of them.
But
I
yeah,
think I was gonna buy from that same website and you stopped me, or
Yes.
something happened. I was like, dude, I got the tickets. You're like, no, it's a known scam website. But yeah,
Yeah, and then sometimes, I mean, not to talk too much about it, but sometimes with that site, you can buy them and you do actually get in. So it's like, it's not all the time.
okay, that's how they maintain it.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into crazy comments now. All right, let's share some stories. We get a lot of comments on our ads. You've probably seen them on Instagram and Facebook. They probably get a bit annoying, honestly. Like you see our face a lot. And it's not the intent, it's just there's a lot of people to reach. And this is the best way we've found to reach them. We just run those ads. And we really try and differentiate in those ads as well. But no matter how authentically we talk, no matter how much we share our story,
Or what we offer.
or anything to do with it at all, we get roasted. And that's the game. Like, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It just is what it is. And some of them hit harder. In episode 1, we talked about some that hit a little bit harder than the rest. But let's talk about some crazy comments. Let's talk about some. So I think this one is crazy. Look, we can start with something that's basically normal, which is nice try, super ultimate ditty. But let's put that to the side. And another one that hit harder this week was someone said, but can I also be a millionaire in 4 years? So they saw this ad and they're like, oh, but can I also be a millionaire? Kind of half sarcastically, I'm assuming. And then I replied and said, the chance of it is low, very low. Like it's no way, probably not. Like the odds are against you. And then someone followed up and said, wow, that's convincing. And it just got me thinking. It's like a lot of people in our industry promise that. And they're like, you can do that straight away. No work, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it's like, that's just such a false expectation. I don't know what you boys think, but like, that's ridiculous that someone thinks that they can be a millionaire in 4 years. It doesn't happen like that always. It's such a small percentage of people because you only see the people on Instagram that have done it. You don't see all the people that failed it and threw in the towel and then gave up on it all. And that's the vast majority, unfortunately.
It's definitely achievable, but it's not what you should go in expecting for sure. Like, what is freedom? Like, what's the point of having $1 million? Like, as long as you're covering your expenses and you can live a very free life, it's like, you know, your expenses have to climb for you to have that much money. But most people can live a pretty sweet life on 15, 20 grand a month. Like, that covers everything.
I think anybody could live a pretty sweet life on that. Maybe even like
Do you know what I mean?
$5,000.
You don't need to have $1 million in the bank.
I mean, it could just be doubling your income. I mean, that is insane. But imagine earning twice the amount you earn with the same cost of living. Like, you're going to live like a king.
And not having to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the big appeal for online business for me. And I know when we've chatted, it's for both of you guys as well, is that we started online business because the hustle of doing things in person took its toll.
You know what's interesting on that? This is a little bit unrelated to ecom, but people will even take a pay cut instead of going in an office so they can work remote. People will make less money so they can have the freedom of working from home. Imagine you can work from home and make more money than you're working at an office. It's like...
Or even the same. Like, you just replace it. I think that's beautiful then because you have that freedom. And then you don't get pulled into all that office stuff. You don't get pulled into, I've got to commute to work, get stuck in traffic. You know, it just changes everything.
It does. Every dollar is worth more than $1 because you can earn it from anywhere. I mean, even just the freedom of being able to like take your lunch break whenever you can. A lot of offices, like, they have to take lunch at a certain time, or being able to go to the gym through the day rather than early morning or after work when you're super tired, like going to the beach for a swim during your break. These things are like, I don't know. Like, I definitely don't take them for granted because I remember when I was working full time, these are just the things you really wanted. It's just the simple things in life you don't have access to when you have to go into an office, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that comment hit. I know we talk about some funny comments. There's some pretty aggressive ones. Get people yelling at me in the comments. I've seen your comments as well. You do.
They in caps then, yelling?
Caps. They're actually yelling. They're mad. And part of me thinks, why are you agitated at a stranger online that's giving away something for free? But I understand why. Like, I get it. And so there's a lot of people out there that run ads that underdeliver greatly or not deliver at all.
I feel like a lot of the aggressive people in the comments have been burned before, and now they just have this like online vengeance for anyone in our industry. I noticed that a lot. Yeah,
it's fair. And that's when we started this. Like, we knew we were going to have to deal with that. That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, you don't want that, but it is what it is, and we have to do more convincing, spend more time helping them understand that that's not the case for everyone.
You know what's interesting? When we first started, I feel like we actually got it less, and then our reputation got better. We became more established. And now we're getting more of the comments. Like when we started, it wasn't. Maybe I've got a bad memory, but I feel like it wasn't that bad.
I guess the volume's just more. Like there's a lot of really nice comments as well, but you don't remember those ones. They don't come up in Freedom Fridays.
Do you get nice comments,
bro? How good is it when this happens to me a lot, bro? In my comments, right? Someone will be saying hurtful things or they're trying to hurt me.
Defend you.
People come in and defend me. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I'm seeing a few of those come in now, which is really cool. Like students or people that have just done the free challenge and they've done it. And they're like, actually, guys, look, I thought the same. I went into it and turns out it's actually kind of good and it works. And so I love that when they do it. I love the story. I like when someone is skeptical. I want everyone to be skeptical because I kind of like proving them wrong and being like, it's okay, be skeptical, but still give it a crack.
Yeah.
And if you hate this after, go and tell the world. Like share it with everyone. Yeah. But like once you see it, you're like, this is good.
Yeah.
They're actually doing something. Yeah.
Well, it'd be concerning if they just jumped into something without any skepticism,
Yeah, you would be concerned.
But do you think a lot of people are literally just taking the piss as well? Like some people are just, I don't know, they got nothing better to do. They're bored and then just like commenting. It's on everyone's ads I've noticed now. Like so many big.
Do you comment on anything? Do you guys leave comments?
I don't like or comment on anything.
No.
I reply to my mum's stories.
Maybe I'll consume a little bit of content, but I'm not going to comment on it. Like it seems strange to me.
Yeah.
It is
I guess
strange actually.
It's just a different. I don't know. I don't know if
I might reply to a story if I know the person.
Yeah.
To leave a comment on a random bit of content now.
Maybe people because our ads are everywhere, so maybe people get frustrated by just seeing our faces so much, and then just like
I would too.
Yeah.
Can you let us know in the comments below this if you're pissed off by seeing our faces? And if you want to jump in there and defend us, look, we clearly greatly appreciate it.
And need it. We're upset. But bro, I was also just thinking, I feel like even friends, sometimes even family will be like, bro, like I'm so sick of seeing your face. Even friends say that. So
yeah.
The game's the game, I guess. But let's finish with a funny comment before we move to the next section. I want to see if you guys understand it because I don't get it. I don't get this. So I've had this a few times, and this one says, fries in the bag, and while you're there, brother, just 10 on pump 7. I made this ad. Is he insinuating that, you're just, I don't know, you're lying and you work at a service station? Like what?
I mean, I've got my take on it.
What's your take?
I think he's kind of saying like, yeah, whatever, you're broke, or not to say you're broke, but like you're working at the service station, you're working at McDonald's, just put the fries in the bag, just fill up my car. Maybe it's kind of like you're under me. Maybe it's that kind of vibe.
I didn't get
Say it again. Fries in the bag.
Fries in
10
the
on
bag.
pump 7.
And while you're there, brother, just 10 on pump 7.
Imagine it's just because we're old and we don't actually know what this stuff means. Is that a thing?
Are we out of touch with these Gen? What is it? Gen Alpha? Gen Z?
What was the ad? Was it in response to a certain?
No, it's just a normal one talking about work.
What do you think it means? Honestly, I actually don't know what that means.
I think the initial take I got was like, it's just condescending in a way. He's just trying to say like, you don't know what you're on about. Just go back to your job. I guess that was my take. But I replied and I said, look, I think $10 will just get you down the street with current petrol prices.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So it's funny. Yeah.
I try and be funny
Yeah.
in the comments. I need to get better with my humor though. But let's talk about highlight moment from the week. Highlight moment from the week. So last week we talked about, what are we spending our money on currently? Josh's coffee addict. Will went to Ed Sheeran and I bought some cologne. So there we go. So now we're thinking, okay,
I got a really good one.
what is something funny that happened this week? We're not going to talk what we spent money on over the last week.
Wait, sorry, funny or what was the other thing you said?
No, something funny. Something funny.
Oh,
this
okay.
week.
I threw him off. He had something good.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you have? What did you have?
You initially said
Highlight.
your highlight of the week.
Okay, let's do highlight then. If you got something that's like that exciting, we'll do highlight.
Well, now I kind of feel awkward.
No. You
I
gotta do
look
it now,
awkward?
brother.
Do I seem awkward?
No, you look great.
Okay, so not to go too deep into religion, but I tithed for the first time in my life this week.
Hey.
Yeah, so tithing, for anyone doesn't know, you give a portion of what you earn and you give it to God, and you can deliver it to God in different ways.
For the first time ever in your
For
life.
the first time ever, like properly from what I'm earning. And honestly, I actually cried because what I realized was money can be something that's like so controlling. And when I tithed, I realized that money doesn't control me. I'm actually giving it from myself and putting it somewhere that's like above me, and thanking God for everything. And it genuinely goosebumps. Like, yeah, it's definitely my highlight. I feel like I've changed as a person already just tithing. I'm not saying that I haven't financially given to people before. I've actually done that quite a bit, but tithing a specific 10% of my income, gone, separated myself from it. Yeah, it was just like a crazy highlight. I just thought I'd mention that.
Nice.
Wow.
I like that, bro.
What about you, Austin?
What comes to mind is like throwback a few years. I've always been using vision boards. I know you boys have experimented with vision boards. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But the one image that I've had on there for quite some time is of this trophy you get from Shopify. And you get it. They have 3 now. They didn't used to have 3. It was just 2. One for 10,000 orders, 100,000 orders, and 1 million orders. 1 million orders is crazy work. Like, think about it. 1 million orders, not $1 million, 1 million orders.
Yeah, that's like,
That's
50.
So much money.
Yeah.
Like even on a smaller store, AOV of $30, 30 mil to get that trophy. Crazy work. But I finally got it in the mail, or I got the 100K order trophy, and from Shopify. And I was so excited. It said it's been delivered, and I got it, and I looked at it, and it's heavy. And I don't know, just like when I was looking at that, I had these flashbacks to when it was all starting and I was launching stores. And I didn't see many people at the time use that when they were promoting that they were good at ecom. It was generally just, here's my Shopify results, here's my triple whale or whatever it is. But there was a few that I remember having it. And I was like, I want that one day.
Wow.
Because of what that means. It's not just 100,000 orders, it's that 100,000 orders doesn't come easy most of the time. And there's effort that goes into it, the fails, the products that don't work, the unprofitable days, the scaling. There's so many unknown unknowns and the things you have to learn to get to that point. And this sounds like I'm flexing, and it's not the case. Like, that was just such a wholesome moment for me when I held that trophy, and I was proud of it.
Not flexing, bro. You're proud of it. I'm proud of it.
And it's a full circle moment, right? It's like you've reflected on the whole journey and start to finish, and that's something that you wanted, and it's such a great achievement. I haven't got the 100K orders yet, but hopefully soon. But yeah, it's what an achievement, man. It's insane.
Thanks, brother. Highlight of the week for me. How about you, Joshy?
I set out on a mission to try and feed 1,000 people in one day, and it was way more work than I thought. It took me 9 hours to cook 1,000 serves of curry, but handing them out, like, I spent 9 hours doing it, and I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be the most beautiful, moving moment ever. But like giving them the food, and they're so hungry and starving, they're like snatching it. It's not a nice, like, calm thing at all. But once it was all kind of calm and settled at the end, and everyone was sitting there with the food, it was a beautiful moment, and the sun was setting. So that was definitely a highlight for my week, highlight for my life. It was pretty beautiful.
I saw that BTS footage. That was beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Just on that, when the sun was setting and obviously all the hecticness had come down, what was the feeling that you felt?
I just felt grateful that I was in a position that I could do that. And I was standing on top of the truck, and the sun was setting, and there was people all around me. And actually the last meal that I handed out, there was one boy, he had cerebral palsy. He was like squatted on the ground, couldn't really use his arms or legs. And I went and gave him 2 meals because everyone had like left him with nothing, right? And I did that. Then I was on top of the truck, and I was just sitting there. I was like, how on earth is this possible? How is this real? How am I here? And I was thinking about it, and it's like, this whole thing started from that decision I made to start e-commerce. And that has just, like, what is freedom to anyone? Maybe they want to buy the car. Maybe they want to do that stuff. But for me, it's like, it's given me that freedom in life to be able to travel to a third world country and do something like that and have the money to do it. So for me, that was moving. And it was, again, like a full circle moment where I was like, all of this started from that one decision in Bali to try and do something different to what I was doing, which was traditional brick and mortar business. And look at the doors it opens. You
That's
guys
beautiful,
would both
bro.
agree, you know?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I know you pour a lot into that. It's not just, you know, like a donation, nothing happens. Like you're going there, you're being
hands
in
dirty.
it, hands getting dirty, delivering the meals, confronting the issue and actually seeing it.
Yeah.
And I know, bro, that's only the first of many. Like, there's going to be so many more meals that are donated, which is beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, there's some highlights for the week. Now,
Nice.
Student result of the week. Little shout out for a student. Now, we have a thing in our platform. When you join for free, or whether you work with us one-on-one, we have these tiers that people move through. You guys know this. But for anyone that doesn't know, who isn't inside of the Freedom Club community, we have these little badges and they signify different stages you get to. And so you get them at the start when you take action. So you choose a product, build a store, launch your ads. Cool. You get a little badge, get some bonuses, happy days, you feel good. But then you have the results-based ones. So first sale, 5K a month, 10K a month, 30K, 83K a month profit. Why 83? Times it by 12, you get $1 million a year. Sounds nice. And so what's really cool is that Ben put up a results post and he said over 10K profit in 2 weeks. Now, Ben has been doing this for quite some time. And I've seen his journey again going from, he seems to have he really took it seriously. He hit silver and gold extremely quickly. Like he just blitzed them. Like he found the winner and that's what happens, I think, in e-com. You guys can agree.
Yeah.
You find that one and then it just goes ham.
Yeah.
If you stick with it, of course, don't get distracted, all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool about Ben's post is that he's put up this result screenshot of him hitting gold recently, but now his badge is blue and he hasn't told anyone. That's funny. I see students change their badge because there's a way you can update it without telling us.
By the way, there's a lot of quiet achievers in the platform, and isn't there? Like a lot of
There's people that don't tell me, and then I hear from them via email or DM, and they're like,
making a kill.
bro, I'm making a mozza.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely smashing it. I'm so grateful for what you guys have put together. And I'm like, why don't you tell us? Like, it'd be nice to know that you're doing well. Share it with the community. And a lot of quiet achievers for sure. But shout out to Ben, student of the week, not just because he did 10K profit in 2 weeks, but because he has now reached 1K a day and is now at blue and hasn't told anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Shout out to Ben.
Nice.
Good
We
job,
see
man.
Ben.
Good
Don't
job.
worry, you little sneaky bugger. We can see you got blue there.
And yeah, we know what it takes to do that, mate. So
Yeah.
well done, honestly.
Awesome stuff, Ben. Awesome stuff. And now we're going to wrap up this episode with a bit of sauce. Last week we called it ecom sauce, but we ended up getting some life sauce as well. So what's the juicy thing you found out this week? What's something that you want to impart to the people?
Life sauce?
Life sauce, ecom sauce,
Okay,
health
okay.
sauce maybe.
Okay.
Like what kind of sauce do you want?
I got some sauce.
Hit us with the sauce.
Okay, and it actually is about sauce.
No.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Hey, there's no rules. Is there a rule book, Austin? Jump
like
and do that.
I've just been reminded how much your diet affects everything else in your life. Like I was unable to get to my normal healthy food and I just felt slow, heavy, sluggish, like it was hard for me to think. And now I've started eating clean again since I've been back in Dubai and I just feel fresh. My energy is so much better. Like tasks are easier to do. And so many people are just like, they're wondering why they're struggling with things to get stuff done. As most of the time it's because they feel sluggish from a shitty diet. So that would be my little non-ecom sauce, but actual sauce tip for this week.
There was no mention of sauce in that, bro. That was just food.
Well,
You put sauce on the food?
the sauce that I was eating was very heavy. So
Heavy sauce.
Okay, so now you're thinking the
butter,
sauce
butter chicken.
Heavy
sauces don't
sauce
have-
to light sauce.
Yeah, I was living on butter chicken and cheesy garlic naan.
Oh, cheesy.
And I
garlic
felt like
naan.
absolute lump. Like, ugh. So yeah.
Josh came back after India and he like pulls up his shirt and he's like, "Look at me, bro. I'm like, bro,
Still
chill
got
out.
abs.
Chill out. Like you're fine. You're still jacked. All right. Let's just chill out for a second." Both of these guys are like it. They're both culprits. Like they have one big meal and they sit there like, "Oh, I'm so big." And that Will does this thing where he taps his belly like a seal, and it's like, bro, you're jacked. Let's just chill out for a second, okay? But okay, Josh has shared his sauce, but food sauce, butter chicken sauce. Well, what's your sauce?
Okay, so if it doesn't have to be ecom related, I've always like off and on had naps in my life.
Big
okay,
nap guy.
but what I've worked out is right now, you know, I work a lot, ecom, and also building Freedom Club. I go to the gym a lot. I exercise twice a day, whether it's paddle or tennis or weights or running, whatever it is, boxing. But then at night, I'm social because I want to meet people. I want to be part of the communities, et cetera, et cetera. So what I've worked out is if you only need to sleep about 5 to 6 hours a night if through the day you have a 1 hour nap, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, late afternoon, all of a sudden, wait, it's like that. Now I sound like that guy of the videos.
Which one?
Manipulate. I get 2 days in one day because I manipulate time. Okay, but no, seriously, I just have if I just have a little nap in the afternoon, my brain resets, I wake up, and then I feel like I can just do anything at the night, have another sleep, and it's just like, I feel like I can socialize, work, focus on my health, and it's just like the perfect balance.
Yeah.
No joke.
No, I agree with that. I had to do that in Barcelona because everything's so late there. If you want to go out to dinner, it's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to have a little siesta.
A little siesta.
Yeah, it makes such a difference. And
Siesta.
just also quickly, I find that if you start the day early and then, I feel like through the day you get really stimulated, like you keep filling up your cup. And then towards the end, if you don't nap, you're kind of like a little bit overstimulated, exhausted. If you can pour a little bit out with a nap, you sleep like a baby.
Ooh. Will has he's got time. He's manipulated time.
I'm going to kick your butt.
And stack that over for you. I'm going to kick your butt.
10x that shit. 20x that.
And then I'm going to wrap up with some sauce. And this sauce is some productivity sauce. Okay. I used to be a big to-do list guy. Long to-do lists. Get overconfident at the start of a day. Be like, I'm going to do 20 things. I'm a beast. Motivational video, music on, tick them off. Would get 2 done. And be like, oh my goodness, I suck. So what I realized is that there's this better way of doing things and feeling more productive by doing less. And that's by using the OBT method. One big thing. You sit down and you take an honest look and you think, out of all the things on this list, what is the one thing that if I did it today would make me feel productive? I tick that off. I stop working. I'm like, you know what? That was a good day. That was a good day. And so it's not just a small task, do the laundry or this or that. It's like, what's a meaningful task that'll move me closer to my goals? So I found that I've been sharing it with students. They're always asking me, how do you get more done? How do I stay more focused? I'm like, OBT. Keep it simple. Because once you do the OBT, you're amped up. You're like, I'm going to do all these other ones. You're on a run and you go bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
It's all bonus. It is. That's what it is. You got OBT and bonus tasks. And so that's my sauce. Bit of productivity sauce for you all.
Yeah, Austin, actually, I completely agree with the OBT method. He taught myself and Joe. Did you hear about the OBT before, Austin? Yeah, it's such a massive difference. Like even when you told us about it.
Yeah.
So we use that a lot.
stuff.
But use that OBT. And thank you, everybody. Freedom Fridays. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. This is fun.
Freedom Club.
I'm going to see you next week. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Peace.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.